Now we are going to discuss how to calculate isolactic pH of acidic and basic amino acid. When we have a simple amino acid such as this is alanine that have CH3 group, that is non-ionizable group in side chain, then it is simple to calculate its isolactic pH. In order to calculate its isolactic pH, two pK values at which its carboxylic group and amino group ionize are added together and they are divided by 2 in order to know its isolactic pH at which it will exist in zwitterion form. But when we come about aspartic acid, that is acidic amino acid, or lysine, that is basic amino acid, it becomes difficult to calculate isolactic pH as they have 3 pK values and because their side chain is also ionizable. So this is aspartic acid. At pH 2.9, its carboxylic group loses its proton. At pH 9.9, its amino group loses its proton, and at pH 3.9, its side chain deprotonates. So, which pK value should be used in order to calculate its isolactic pH? So, in order to calculate isolactic pH, we have to know the different charges on amino acid in its different forms. This was its first form, this is second form, this is third form, and this is fourth form. In first form, we can see side chain is also neutral and its COOH group is also neutral. But net charge on this amino acid is positive due to this NH3 group. And in second form, COO has negative charge and NH3 has positive charge. So in second form, net charge on this group, this amino acid is 0. In its third form, here we can see NH2 is neutral, COOH is neutral, but this COO is negatively charged, so net charge on this amino acid is negative in third form. And in fourth form, COO is negative, this COO is also negative, and NH2 is neutral, so net charge here is -2. So we have to use two pK values between which net charge on amino acid is 0. So when we take into account pK2 and pK3, net charge between them is -1. So we cannot use pK2 and pK3. But in case of pK1 and pK2, net charge on amino acid is 0. So in order to calculate the isolactic pH of aspartic acid, we have to use pK1 and pK2. So isolactic pH for aspartic acid is calculated as Pi is equal to pK1 plus pK2 divided by 2. So what will come the result? 2.1 plus 9.9 divided by 2 is equal to 12 by 2 is equal to 6. So its isolactic pH of aspartic acid is 6, at which it will exist in the form of zwitterion. Now come about lysine. So lysine has pK1 2.2, at which its carboxyl group will deprotonated, and its pK2 is 9.2, at which this NH3 group will lose its proton. NH2 group of amino group, not the amino group of side chain. At pK3 10.8, its side chain will lose its proton. So it also have 4 forms, but again we have to use the same principle. We have to know the net charge on amino acid in its different form. In first form, you can see COOH is neutral and NH3 has positive charge. So net charge here is +2. In this form, this is negatively charged and this is positive and this is positive. So net charge here comes +1. In third form, COO is negative, NH3 is positive, but it is neutral, so net charge here comes 0. And in its fourth form, net charge comes -1. So again we have to use two pK values at which net charge on amino acid is 0. So here net charge is 0 between pK2 and pK3. So for lysine, we have to use pK2 and pK3 in order to calculate the isolactic pH and divide them by 2. So pK2 is 9.2 and pK3 is 10.8 divided by 2, and it will come about 10. So 10 is isolactic pH for lysine, at which it will exist in form of zwitterion. So one shortcut in order to remember what will be used in order to calculate the pH, you should keep in mind that if in fully protonated form, as this is the fully protonated form of aspartic acid, if side chain is neutral, then you have to use lower pK values, such as in this case it is fully protonated form and side chain, this is side chain and it is neutral. So in this case we have to use lower pK values for isolactic pH. Okay, pK1 plus pK2 divided by 2, and if side chain in fully protonated form has positive 1 charge as exists for lysine, you can see here fully protonated form is this and side chain is positively charged. So in this case you have to use higher 2 values, higher 2 pK values in order to calculate isolactic pH. This was the method in order to calculate isolactic pH of SDCan basic amino acid. Thank you.